Hi guys, and welcome back to the Auto Trader Garage. Now, continuing on with our video series about the absolute essentials that you'd need for your home DIY garage, today we're going to be taking a look at some of the consumables you might want to keep on hand for when you're working on your car. Well, let's get things started with a can of brake cleaner. Now, as the name suggests, it is for cleaning your brake rotors. Now, when you install your brake rotors and sometimes your brake pads, they might get a little bit of dirt on them, greasy hands, and the brake clean is there basically just to clean that steel off. It also removes that thin film of oil that is on the metal to prevent the rotors from rusting during storage. Another item you might want to have on hand is cable ties. Absolutely indispensable little guys. They're used for tying back cables, for lines, wires, you name it. They are such a handy little thing to have, and you will find yourself going through a lot more of these than what you think you have in your drawers. Next up, I would say get a can of penetrating oil. The tool in a can, WD-40, name your poison. Absolutely useful for releasing stubborn, rusted nuts and bolts. Another thing that we would say you should keep around is a tube of Antiseize Compound. Now, what this does is you apply this to the threads of any nuts or bolts that you are putting onto the car, and it helps with removing them further down the road. I like to use this on my spark plug threads and on the threads of the brake calipers. Moving on, I would then say have a couple of rolls of different types of tape, from masking tape to insulation tape. Always good to have around, because you never know when you might need to tape off an area that you don't want to get dirt on, and for repairing wires that might get stretched or might crack or break over time. Always good to have a little bit of insulation tape around. And then on the cleaning side, a good roll of paper towel, mine's almost finished, and a big box of workshop rags. These you can pick up at your local auto parts store for next to nothing. Always good for wiping hands and wiping down surfaces. Now, these are just some of the consumable items, and I'm quite sure there are plenty more that we have failed to mention. But these are the ones that we would say you should have straight off the bat, make your life a lot easier in the Auto Trader Garage.
Search Auto Trader.